They called it the Third Pole, a place where humans aren't supposed to survive. Before 1953, Mount Everest had defeated every challenger. But one man, a humble Sherpa living in Darjeeling, was about to change history and go from an unknown potter to the most famous mountaineer on earth. Before the glory, Tenzing Norgay was just one of many. He had attempted Everest 6 times before. 6 times he returned defeated by the brutal storms and lack of oxygen. He was nearing 40, an age when most Sherpas retired from high-altitude climbing. Life was hard. Living in a small one-room tenement in Darjeeling, he struggled to make ends meet between expeditions. The world saw Sherpas as merely help for the Western climbers, not as equal partners in glory. But Tenzing had a fire inside him. Then came the call, the British expedition of 1953. It was seen as the last chance for Britain to claim the peak before other nations stepped in. Tenzing was hired as the Sardar, the leader of the Sherpas. He knew this was his final shot at the dream. The climb was brutal. They faced terrifying crevasses and winds that could strip skin. Tenzing and the New Zealander Edmund Hillary formed a strong bond. They shared simple rations of tea, biscuits, and sampa, fueling their ascent with vegetarian energy in the death zone. May 28, the first pair had failed and turned back. Now it was up to Tenzing and Hillary. They spent a freezing night at 27,900 feet. The oxygen was low, the cold was bone-shattering. Survival was not guaranteed. The next morning, they pushed. One step, then another. Tenzing later said, "The mountains are not stadiums where I satisfy my ambition to achieve, they are the cathedrals where I practice my religion." He climbed with respect, not arrogance. At 11:30 a.m. on May 29, the ground stopped rising. They were there, the top of the world. Tenzing buried some chocolates and biscuits in the snow as an offering to the gods. The unknown Sherpa was now the highest man on earth. The descent changed everything. When they reached base camp, the news was wired to London just in time for Queen Elizabeth's coronation. Tenzing Norgay was no longer just a potter, he was an international hero. The after-state was chaos in the best way. In India and Nepal, crowds swarmed him. He was feted by prime ministers and kings. But amidst the flashbulbs, he refused to say who stepped on the summit first. "We climbed as a team," he insisted. He used his fame for good. He became the first director of field training at the Himalayan Mountaineering Institute in Darjeeling. He transformed the lives of the Sherpa community, ensuring they were trained, respected, and paid better. He received the George Medal from the British and the Star of Nepal. But most importantly, he became a symbol of potential for every Indian and Nepali. He proved that grit and determination could conquer nature's toughest fortress. Despite the fame, he remained a simple man. He lived his life in Darjeeling, surrounded by his mountains and his dogs. He never let the altitude of his achievement go to his head. He remained the tiger of the snows. From a struggling potter looking for work to a legend whose name is etched in history books forever. Tenzing Norgay's journey in 1953 wasn't just about climbing a mountain, it was about elevating the human spirit. He showed us that limits are only in our minds. Whether it's 29,000 feet or a personal hurdle, the summit is always reachable if you just keep taking one more step. The snows of Everest may change, but the legend of 1953 will never melt away. Tenzing Norgay, the man who touched the sky. His story invites us to ask ourselves, what is our Everest? And are we ready to climb it? A salute to the courage that defined an era. The tiger of the snows lives on in every adventurer's heart. Hit that subscribe button on India Repo to explore more amazing stories of human triumph and history.